Any man can find a woman to date. That part is easy. But not every man can recognize the woman who truly deserves to be his wife. And that's where most men fail. They choose based on beauty. They choose based on chemistry. They chase the thrill, the spark, the attraction that feels electric in the beginning. But years later, those same men pay the price. With regret, with debt, with heartbreak, and with lost years they can never get back. Here's the truth. A good wife isn't about luck. It's about recognition. It's about knowing what to look for before it's too late. Because if you don't know the signs, you'll miss her, even when she's standing right in front of you. That's why in this video, I'm breaking down 9 powerful signs she's the one you should marry. These signs are your filter, your protection, and your roadmap. They separate fleeting attraction from lifelong partnership. And I don't say this lightly. I've spent years as a psychologist and relationship coach studying men's struggles in love. And I can tell you this. Choosing the right woman is one of the most critical decisions you will ever make in your entire life. So before we dive in, do this for me. Subscribe right now, hit that like button, and drop a comment below. Tell me this. What's one quality you believe truly matters in a lifelong partner? Because your perspective might help another man in this community see what he's been missing. Now, let's get into it. Here's the very first sign. And trust me, this one goes far deeper than appearances. Sign number 1. She challenges you. Intellectually looks can pull you in. Beauty can stop you in your tracks. But let's be brutally honest. Appearance is the weakest possible foundation for a lifelong bond. A woman's beauty will shift and change with time. But her mind, her ability to think, question, and engage with you, that lasts. When you sit across from her and feel like every conversation pulls you deeper into thought, when she makes you pause, reflect, and even rethink your own perspective, that's when you know you're not just with someone attractive, you're with someone valuable. Here's where most men get it wrong. They confuse comfort with connection. Comfort is small talk, easy conversation. The kind of back and forth that passes time but never changes you. Connection, on the other hand, is something else entirely. Connection is when she can meet you in your thoughts and push you further. It's when you bring her an idea and she doesn't just nod politely. She challenges you, sharpens it, and makes it stronger. That's the kind of woman who won't let you stagnate. That's the kind of partner who keeps you sharp even when the fire of romance naturally cools down. Because let's be real, life is not one long honeymoon. There will be quiet evenings, stressful days, times where attraction takes a back seat to responsibility. In those moments, one question will matter most. Can she engage your mind? Can she remind you why you respect her, not just why you desire her? Never sacrifice intellectual connection for fleeting excitement. A woman who stimulates your mind is more than a partner. She is a teammate in every sense of the word. With her, you don't just share time, you share vision. And vision, more than anything else, is what determines the strength of a marriage. Sign number 2. She is emotionally consistent. Now let's move deeper. Because it doesn't matter how smart or beautiful a woman is if she's emotionally unstable. Every relationship will face storms, work stress, financial strain, health scares. Problems will come. The real question isn't whether challenges will show up, but how the woman beside you reacts when they do. If her emotions are like a roller coaster, calm 1 minute, chaos the next, you will spend your life managing her moods instead of leading your life. That kind of instability drains you. It leaves you exhausted, second-guessing yourself, and wondering if peace is even possible. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine a woman who feels deeply but responds with steadiness. She can have bad days, yes, but she doesn't weaponize her emotions. She doesn't turn small issues into wars. Instead, she carries a sense of calm that grounds you. When life throws curveballs, she doesn't crumble. She adapts. And that's the type of woman who becomes your anchor, not another storm you have to survive. Men underestimate this all the time. They get blinded by charm, by chemistry, by attraction, only to wake up years later realizing they married volatility. Let me make this simple. Consistency is not about being emotionless. It's about being reliable. It's about knowing that when you turn to her, She won't add fuel to the fire. She'll help you put it out. So ask yourself honestly, do you feel at peace with her? Or do you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells? Peace isn't boring. Peace is priceless. And a woman who brings stability is a woman who protects not just your heart, but your entire future. That is the kind of partner worth building a life with. Sign number 3. She is empathetic. Every man craves respect. But beyond respect lies something even more powerful: understanding. Empathy isn't about her agreeing with everything you say. It's about her being able to step into your shoes, to see the world through your eyes, even when she doesn't share your opinion. When a woman has this quality, you never feel alone in your struggles. Think about the difference. One woman listens but brushes off your concerns with a casual, "You'll be fine." Another listens, pauses, and says, "I get why that's heavy for you. Let's figure this out together." That moment of connection changes everything. It tells you she's not just hearing your words, she's absorbing your reality. Without empathy, relationships turn transactional. She wants something, you want something, but neither side truly feels seen. And over time, that emptiness breeds distance. With empathy, even the hardest seasons become manageable. She doesn't just celebrate your wins, she sits with you in the losses too. She doesn't make it about her, she makes it about us. So ask yourself, when you share your fears, does she make you regret opening up? Or does she make you feel stronger for trusting her? That's the litmus test of empathy. A woman who embodies empathy becomes more than a partner. She becomes your ally. She doesn't just walk beside you, she walks inside the moment with you. And when you find that, you found a woman who can stand with you through victories, failures, and everything in between. Sign number 4, she is honest. Now we come to a foundation so critical that without it, everything else collapses. Trust is the oxygen of a relationship. Without it, love suffocates. Honesty is not just about telling the truth when it's convenient. It's about being transparent when it's hard, when silence would be easier, when sugarcoating would keep the peace. A woman who is honest even when the truth stings is a woman you can build with. Picture the opposite. You discover she's been hiding things, little lies that pile up until the foundation cracks. Suddenly, every word she says carries doubt. You start questioning her motives, her whereabouts, her promises. And that slow erosion of trust is more destructive than any single betrayal. It's like living in a house with no foundation. Sooner or later, it collapses. Now imagine a woman who lays her cards on the table. She admits mistakes instead of covering them. She tells you the uncomfortable truth because she respects you enough to handle it. With her, you may not always like what you hear, but you'll always know where you stand. And that certainty is priceless. Honesty doesn't mean perfection. Nobody gets it right all the time. But when a woman chooses integrity over convenience, she's telling you exactly what kind of partner she'll be when life tests both of you. If you want a marriage that lasts, honesty is non-negotiable. Without it, love is just theater. With it, love becomes unshakable. And when you find a woman who embodies that, she's worthy of your trust, your respect, and your future. We've already covered the first 4 signs: intellectual challenge, emotional consistency, empathy, and honesty. These qualities form the foundation. But now, let's go further. Because the next 5 signs will reveal whether a woman is truly capable of building not just love with you, but an entire life, legacy, and future that lasts. Sign number 5. She is ambitious. Let's clear something up. Ambition isn't about wanting to be famous, rich, or chasing status. Ambition is about having a spark, a drive, a refusal to just sit back while life passes by. Here's the danger most men don't think about. If a woman sees marriage as her final destination, instead of the beginning of a shared journey, she becomes dependent. Her whole plan is to lean on you for everything, while offering little more than her presence. At first, that might even feel flattering. You think, she needs me, she depends on me. But over time, that dependence becomes a heavy weight. You're no longer building a life together. You're dragging her along while trying to build it yourself. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine a woman who has her own fire. She has goals. She has discipline. She refuses to sit on the sidelines. She doesn't just admire your hustle. She matches it. She supports your vision while also pursuing her own. When setbacks come, she doesn't collapse in your arms expecting you to fix it all. She stands beside you, ready to strategize, to rebuild, to fight forward. This kind of woman becomes your ally in the truest sense. Together, you don't just survive, you thrive. Your goals align, your energy multiplies, and your marriage becomes a force other people admire. So ask yourself, is she content to simply exist? Or is she committed to grow, build, and achieve? A woman with ambition won't just share your last name, she'll share your legacy. And that, my friend, is worth everything. Sign number 6. She is committed to growth. The world is moving fast. New skills, new opportunities, new challenges. If the woman by your side refuses to grow, she will eventually fall behind. And when she falls behind, so will your relationship. Stagnation is the silent killer of marriages. Think about it. A woman who has no interest in improving herself becomes dependent not just financially, but emotionally and intellectually. She leans on you for direction, for stimulation, for purpose. At first, you might not notice, but over time, you feel the weight. You're carrying not only your dreams, but hers too. Except she doesn't really have any. That's not partnership. That's dead weight. Now flip the script. Imagine a woman who invests in herself. She reads, she learns, she adapts. She develops new skills, builds resilience, and sharpens her edge. She doesn't wait for you to inspire her. She inspires herself, and in doing so, she inspires you. That kind of woman is a force. She makes your household stronger, your relationship deeper, and your future brighter. Marriage should be a place where two people sharpen each other, not where one grows while the other resists. If she's committed to growth, every year you spend together becomes more valuable than the last. If she's not, every year becomes heavier, duller, and more frustrating. So ask yourself, is she moving forward or is she standing still? A woman who is committed to growth is not just a partner, she is a catalyst. And with her, your marriage won't just endure time, it will evolve with it. Sign Saka 7. She is mature, not petty or jealous. Every man wants to feel desired. And yes, a little jealousy can even feel flattering. But when jealousy turns petty, when it becomes constant suspicion, it doesn't feel like love anymore. It feels like prison. And no man thrives in a prison. Picture this. You're at a work event, networking, shaking hands, trying to move your career forward. Instead of cheering you on, she's blowing up your phone, demanding attention, questioning every conversation. You're not just managing business, you're managing her insecurity. Over time, that doesn't just frustrate you, it suffocates you. Now imagine a woman who trusts you. She knows who you are, and she knows her own worth. She doesn't panic when you're around other women because she's secure in herself and secure in your bond. Instead of dragging you down with suspicion, she lifts you up with confidence. That's maturity. Petty behavior is exhausting. Mature love is energizing. One drains you, the other sustains you. And here's the truth. You cannot build a future with someone who treats every day like a test of loyalty. But you can build with someone who respects your independence, because she's strong enough not to fear it. A woman who is mature understands that trust is the soil where love grows. Without it, nothing thrives. With it, everything flourishes. So ask yourself, does she give you room to breathe, or does she clip your wings? That answer will tell you everything about your future together. Sign number 8. She makes effort. Love is not maintenance-free. It takes investment, time, energy, and intention. Too many men get caught in relationships where they're the only ones showing up. They're the ones planning, initiating, fixing, giving. And what they really have isn't a partnership. It's a dependency. Now imagine the reverse. A woman who meets you halfway. She doesn't just expect you to call. She picks up the phone too. She doesn't wait for you to plan every date. She surprises you. She doesn't assume the relationship will run on autopilot. She fuels it. Effort is not about grand gestures. It's about consistency. It's in the way she supports you when you're stressed. It's in the way she notices the details, like how you take your coffee or when you need space. These small investments add up. They are proof she values you, not just the idea of being with someone. Without effort, love starves. With effort, love thrives. Simple as that. So ask yourself, do you see someone who gives as much as she takes? Or are you pouring into a cup that never pours back? The woman who makes effort is showing you she's serious about building, not just benefiting. Sign number 9. She inspires you to be better. This is the final sign, and in many ways it ties all the others together. A good partner doesn't just accept who you are, she calls out who you could become. The right woman doesn't settle for your potential sitting dormant. She pulls it to the surface, not with nagging, but with presence. With the way she lives. With the standards she sets. With the way she carries herself. Some women drain you. They leave you tired, stuck, questioning your worth. Others ignite you. Around them you feel sharper, stronger, more focused. That's not coincidence. That's influence. And influence is the most powerful force in a relationship. A woman who inspires you doesn't make you feel small. She makes you want to grow. She doesn't shame you into changing. She motivates you by showing what's possible. You watch how she handles challenges, how she refuses to settle, and you think, I need to step up. That's not pressure. That's partnership. So ask yourself, does she make you want to coast, or does she make you want to climb? A woman who inspires you is a mirror, not of who you are, but of who you could be. And when you find that, you've found more than love. You've found fuel. Marriage is not about finding someone who completes you. It's about finding someone who pushes you toward completion. If she inspires you to become a better man, she's not just the one you should marry. She's the one you can build a legacy with. Closing thoughts. When you step back and look at these 9 signs, you'll notice something. They're not about perfection, because no woman and no man is perfect. They're about foundation. Intellect, emotional steadiness, empathy, honesty, ambition, growth, maturity, effort, inspiration. These are not luxuries, they are essentials. Together, they form the difference between a relationship that thrives and one that eventually collapses. Because here's the truth. Beauty fades, passion cools. But these qualities deepen with time. They turn ordinary love into extraordinary partnership. If you marry a woman who embodies these traits, you won't just have a wife, you'll have an ally, a confidant, a partner in the truest sense of the word. But here's where most men miss it. Recognizing these signs requires 2 things: clarity and courage. Clarity to see beyond surface-level attraction. Courage to walk away from women who don't embody these traits, even if they check other boxes. Because settling for less doesn't just cost you happiness. It costs you peace, respect, and the legacy you want to leave behind. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just ask, do I love her? Ask, does she make me better? Does she stand with me when it matters? Does she embody the qualities that build, not break, a future? If the answer is yes, then you're not just choosing a partner. You're choosing your destiny. Now, if this resonated with you, here's what I want you to do. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me which of these 9 signs stood out most. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with a man who needs to hear it. Because the right woman doesn't just change your days. She changes your life. And every man deserves to understand what that truly means.